Namaste. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. The first 51 verses of the Yogasutra of Patanjali are categorized as the Samadhi Pada, which highlights the goal to be achieved, the purpose, and the obstacles to reaching that goal. The first verse or the first sutra is as follows: Atha yoganushasanam, Atha yoganushasanam. And now, therefore, the complete instructions on yoga. And sometimes it's also translated as, and now the discipline of yoga. We often think when we look at this verse that we need to be in a certain perfect condition before we take up the Yogasutra of Patanjali. In fact, if you look at the Brahma Sutra, it starts on a similar note. It says, Athato Brahma Jigyasa. And now, therefore, the inquiry of the real nature of Brahman. In a very practical sense, this verse calls for a preparatory attitude towards learning yoga or the discipline of yoga, or receiving instructions on yoga. In today's world, we could translate the preparation in terms of setting aside some time, setting aside a space, and making the atmosphere around you, be it your relationships with your family members or your profession or the society as such, and the inner attitude, preparing these dimensions so that you are available to the instructions on yoga. You are available to practice the discipline of yoga. Discipline is not a bad word here. In fact, it is a systematic process. You will see that Patanjali Maharishi lays down a systematic plan to reach the highest goal of yoga. So when the first sutra says, Atha yoganushasanam, it means that let us develop the preparatory attitude, let us develop the open attitude to receive these wonderful instructions on yoga. Are we going to be perfect before we receive them? It requires time and effort. But nevertheless, the first step has to be taken. And that is the attitude and openness to start off on this path. Until now, we may be wavered in our thought process. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Am I fit for this discipline, or am I fit for yoga? Do I have the necessary motivation, enthusiasm to continue on the path? All that has now settled within ourselves. Now we've come to the understanding that yes, it's important for me. It is the path for me. I've created a certain atmosphere or conducive atmosphere of learning and to walk on this path. And now I'm ready to receive these wonderful instructions that Patanjali Maharishi has given on yoga. Once that preparation is done, it says now, therefore, yoga. It means that let's not delay any further. Let's go straight into the matter or the subject of yoga. And now, therefore, the complete instructions on yoga. Atha yoga anushasanam.